Main point is, when you are starting out, understanding the pay frequency is very important for you. Like, hey everyone, this is Gil Vergara back again with another video. Thank you for watching. This is Do My Life, and this is where we talk about health, wealth, and sometimes I do reviews. And when I'm out there, I have to get a new GoPro for my bike, so I can do some motor vlogs and stuff like that. But today, the Independent Courier journey once again. So as you know, I was I kind of stopped the Independent Courier right now. Like, I'm not putting that much time into it right now because I am an operations manager for the courier company that I was working with, and now they recruited me to be an ops manager there because of my previous history and doing certain things, and I'm happy that they recognize my talents and stuff like that. So now I'm here fully to try my best to help as many people as I can concerning this journey. I wanted to talk about, like, how do you set up yourself for success when you're an independent courier and trying to mitigate that wait for pay, right? Waiting for that pay. Like, how do you put yourself in a better position if you need that money right now, which everybody needs money right now, right? Like, including myself. So this is what I did. Okay? I'm not going to say this is the right way or the wrong or not. Obviously, it worked out for me. But I'm not going to say it's the right way. It's my way. And if you want to try to do it, then by all means, it worked for me. So, plain and simple, the company I used to work with, they paid bi-monthly or semi-monthly, which means they only pay you out on the 15th and the 30th, right? 15th and 30th. So now, in that setting where I'm a full-time courier, I have to prepare for 15 days or more, maybe a 20% increase, maybe almost like 18 days or 20 days of funds for gas or fuel, because you're gonna realize that when you're a guy that does a lot of long runs, you want to make that bread, you gotta have a really good sustainable source of income or funds for your fuel, right, for your gas and everything like that. So after getting paid and paying myself out, paying my bills, I found myself like, oh crap, I don't have enough money for the next 15 days, 10 days of fuel. So I had to borrow against my savings, and I didn't like that and things like that. And I'm still trying to pay myself back because sometimes it does get heavy. So what I then did was, because there were certain jobs that I could do, there were certain breaks in my day that I could do certain things for one company that paid semi-monthly, I seeked out another company who paid bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks, or even better, I looked for a company that paid weekly, because now that pretty much offsets me and my spending for this fuel. Now it gives me a 1 week like advance pretty much. This is how I'm thinking, because there was an account where it paid me about an extra $300 to $400 a week. So I already knew in 2 weeks it's $800. So that pretty much front loaded my gas, which is great because now I can do the long runs as long as because I'm home every night. As long as I'm doing what I have to do on one contract that pays me semi-monthly, I have that other contract backing it up that pays weekly. So then the stress of like, oh crap, I don't have enough money, I can't take jobs because I don't have the fuel, or worse comes to worse, you're gonna start asking family or friends like, yo, can I get some money? And just hook me up for a little bit and I'll put you on. I'll pay you back type thing. I'm not the type of guy who's be giving an IOUs to everybody. So I had to find ways for myself to backfill or cushion that expense of fuel. So this is what I did. So it was working for months because I was racking in $5,000-6,000 a month, and it was good. So but things happen. Just things happen in the courier world, right? So I lost that one contract, and I just had my semi-monthly contract, which was fine. But, I got to a level where I paid down my high interest cards to the point where I could free up close to 1,000, or like it was more like 800 a month on my end. So, because I was facing literally a $1,000 or a $1,200 gas expense every single month. So I had to find that thousand somewhere else, or $1,200 somewhere else. Because when I lost that contract that was paying me 400 for and change a week, that was 1,200 right there. That gas bill is right there because I didn't really travel that much for that. So when I lost that one, I was like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? But the excess money I had throughout that time building up into, when they said we can't work with you anymore, I said fine. I was paying down certain cards and certain debt, so it'll free up a little bit of that cushion. You know what I'm saying? So now instead of having to expend $1,200 or $1,000, I only spent maybe $500 because I had my savings on and when I was paying down these debt, I was able to save like $500. So that went there as for gas, and then I also had I had bigger jobs on the other one. I became more available on the semi-monthly work, so it made up the difference and stuff like that. But before I go off on a tangent like usual, I just let me say focus and put a bow on this right here. So, main point is, when you are starting out, understanding the pay frequency is very important for you. Like, you got to really understand the pay frequency, because if you don't understand and you agree to everything, you don't have a backup plan, you will end up more than likely, because things just happen. Sometimes work really doesn't come in on the dispatcher side, or sometimes they do. You will end up becoming, like, you start questioning, like, this is me, like, you start questioning the dispatcher or the company, like, yo, are you giving me all the work, or what happened? Why did it drop? Why did this? Why did that? You start finding reasons why you're not seeing the numbers you want to see, which you to a degree cannot control, right? Because if you're building rapport with dispatchers, you should be fine. And if you're okay to just take as many jobs as you can, you should be fine. But sometimes there's no work, honestly, to be honest. Sometimes there's no work. So in order to fight that, the feelings, number one. Number two, the financial burden, I try my best to find another contract that can, within the time frame that's allotted to me, to find another contract that pays weekly, so I can offset certain expenses on my end, because that is probably literally the biggest burden you will face. It's the fuel, right? And from time to time, the maintenance of the vehicle, but definitely the fuel. So, just keep that in mind when you're moving around and doing your thing. Like, when you're making deals, just understand that like, it's not the dispatcher or the company's fault. I don't play a victim to this situation, right? I play like, this is my situation. I got to find a solution for me. And working together with the company, with the dispatcher, trying to be as available as much as you can, will open up the doors. But once you get into that way where, like, yeah, they're not giving me no work, they're doing this, you're trying to blame people, then you start seeing things that are not really there. Like, yeah, that guy doesn't like me, or that girl doesn't like me, a dispatcher doesn't like me. Not a good feeling to be in, because you start, then resentment starts happening, and then you start looking for other jobs and things like that, and then you're down the rabbit hole of darkness before you know it, and then you're back to square one usually, if you're not planning it properly, because now you're dealing with emotions rather than statistical, and like, just lay it out on the realness of it. Like, okay, this is what I got to do, game plan or whatever. But once again, thank you for your time. That's just my 2 cents on understanding pay frequency and making it work for you. Once again, comment down below with your thoughts, opinions, or whatever. And I appreciate your time as always. Take care, and see you soon. Bye.